You know what, guys? Through the 10 years Asphalt 8 has been around, a lot of certainly funny glitches happen, but the glitches in general won't be today's topic. More specifically, I will be talking about a car that, same as the McLaren 570S, got an absolutely massive acceleration as the result of a bug for a brief period of time, and same as the McLaren 720S got an absolutely brutal top speed of over 603 km per hour. While using Blue Nitro, this car got a unique characteristic that makes it a king for now, which is an absolutely insane nitro efficiency. No hack was used on this video, this is alleged a bug that I assume that will eventually be fixed by the devs, since I think that they are already aware of that. So let's check it out. Tokyo Reverse is Asphalt 8's longest track for now. The S-Class record for this track is a whopping 1 minute and 25 seconds as far as I know, so I decided to test the new Dodge Viper ACR X triple nitro duration to see if I could complete a world lap on this track without getting a single nitro bottle. I'm trying to drift and break obstacles as less as possible in order to not to obtain way too much extra nitro. And the result was simply insane. I wasn't even able to waste the first bar of nitro during the world lap, which is crazy. This absolutely insane nitro efficiency obliterates the previous record, which belonged to the Aston Martin Vantage 20 and 22, which had a quite strong perfect nitro duration that doesn't even come close to what this Viper ACR X just did. But now it's time to try it out on multiplayer, as you can see right now, and let me tell you something, guys. I do really think that not a lot of people went for this car before being improved on this last update, and I actually understand them because this car was genuinely bad on its previous rank, and that's why I think it's not that common to see the newly buffed Dodge Viper ACR X, since it's not available to purchase as for now. And let me warn you guys, because if you decide to use this car on multiplayer, you will be prone to end on cheaterboard, but don't worry, just don't play for 24 hours and that's it, you will be out. But anyways, focusing into other stats of the Dodge Viper, the acceleration isn't glitch, but it's quite good, I have to say, on par with the Peugeot 9X8, so it's quite competitive overall. The only major downside that this car actually has is the drift radius, which is kinda wide. Like, seriously, it has a really nice handling, but you really notice how wide the drift radius is when you try to drift on some corners. Luckily, the micro drift this car has is quite good, so it does really help to avoid drifting in some cases, which is something to appreciate, especially on twisty tracks. In most of the races I had a decent beginning, but as the time kept passing and the rivals started to run out of nitro, my advantage was nothing but just too big to even be overcame. I won't be using this car way too much, since I don't want to end on cheaterboard for way too much, but not gonna lie, it feels good to not to worry about how much nitro you may waste on a race. For a second, not gonna lie, I thought, what if this isn't a bug? What if the devs did this intentionally to troll a bit during the first days of this update? Well, I haven't asked the devs so far, but would have been quite funny if they changed this specific car nitro efficiency to make it so absolutely OP. One way or another, I would really like to know your thoughts about this car insane nitro efficiency, and if you think that would be funny if Gameloft changed some cars' stats from time to time to make them stupidly OP and funny to drive, as happened with the cars I mentioned at the beginning of the video, like the McLaren 570S and the McLaren 720S. But anyways, take care, stay tuned to all the videos I have prepared, and I will see you really soon as usual with much more Asphalt content. Take care, see you soon, and goodbye, guys.